Hey there, everyone. How's it going? It's another beautiful day here today, and we are here to do the Course in Miracles lessons. The lesson for today is lesson 167, so let's get right on it. There is one life, and that I share with God. There is one life, and that I share with God. There are not different kinds of life, for life is like the truth. It does not have degrees. It is the one condition in which all that God created share. Like all his thoughts, it has no opposite. There is no death because what God created shares his life. There is no death because an opposite to God does not exist. There is no death because the Father and the Son are one. In this world, there appears to be a state that is life's opposite. You call it death. Yet we have learned that the idea of death takes many forms. It is the one idea which underlies all feelings that are not supremely happy. It is the alarm to which you give response of any kind that is not perfect joy. All sorrow, loss, anxiety, and suffering and pain, even a little sigh of weariness, a little slight discomfort, or merest frown, acknowledge death, and thus deny you life. You think that death is of the body, yet it is but an idea, irrelevant to what is seen as physical. A thought is in the mind. It can be then applied as mind directs it, but its origin is where it must be changed. If change occurs, ideas leave not their source. The emphasis this course has placed on that idea is due to its centrality in our attempts to change your mind about yourself. It is the reason you can heal. It is the cause of healing. It is why you cannot die. Its truth established you as one with God. Death is the thought that you are separate from your Creator. It is the belief conditions change, emotions alternate because of causes you cannot control, you do not make, and you can never change. It is the fixed belief ideas can leave their source and take on qualities the source does not contain, becoming different from their own origin, apart from it in kind as well as distance, time, and form. Death cannot come from life. Ideas remain united to their source. They can extend all that their source contains, in that they can go far beyond themselves, but they cannot give birth to what was never given them. As they are made, so will their making be. As they were born, so will they give birth. And where they come from, there will they return. The mind can think it sleeps, but that is all. It cannot change what it is in its waking state. It cannot make a body, nor abide within a body. What is alien to the mind does not exist, because it has no source. For mind creates all things that are, and cannot give them attributes it lacks, nor change its own eternal mindful state. It cannot make the physical. What seems to die is but the sign of mind asleep. The opposite of life can only be another form of life. As such, it can be reconciled with what created it, because it is not opposite in truth. Its form may change. It may appear to be what it is not, yet mind is mind, awake or sleeping. It is not its opposite in anything created, nor in what it seems to make when it believes it's asleep. God creates only mind awake. He does not sleep, and his creations cannot share what he gives not, nor make conditions which he does not share with them. The thought of death is not the opposite to thoughts of life. Forever unopposed by opposites of any kind, the thoughts of God remain forever changeless, with the power to extend forever changelessly, but yet within themselves, for they are everywhere. What seems to be the opposite of life is merely sleeping. When the mind elects to be what it is not, and to assume an alien power which it does not have, a foreign state it cannot enter, or a false condition not within its source, it merely seems to go to sleep a while. It dreams of time, an interval in which what seems to happen never has occurred. The changes wrought are substanceless, and in events are nowhere. When the mind awakes, it but continues as it always was. Let us today be children of the truth, and not deny our holy heritage. Our life is not as we imagine it. Who changes life because he shuts his eyes, or makes himself what he is not because he sleeps, and sees and dreams an opposite of what he is? We will not ask for death in any form today, nor will we let imagined opposites to life abide even an instant where the thought of life eternal has been set by God himself. His holy home we strive to keep today as he established it, and wills it to be forever and ever. He is Lord of what we think today, and in his thoughts, which have no opposite, we understand there is one life, and that we share with him, with all creation, with their thoughts as well, whom he created in a unity of life that cannot separate in death and leave the source of life from where it came. We share one life because we have one source, a source from which perfection comes to us, remaining always in the holy minds which he created perfect. As we were, so are we now, and will forever be. A sleeping mind must awake. As it sees its own perfection mirroring the Lord of life so perfectly, it fades into what is reflected there. And now it is no more a mere reflection. It becomes the thing reflected, and the light which makes reflection possible. No vision now is needed, for the awakened mind is one that knows its source, itself, and its holiness. Wow, okay, so that was another very powerful lesson. So let's try to break it down a little bit. There is one life, and that I share with God. There is one life, and that I share with God. So what we must understand today, in today's lesson, is that the life that we believe we have here on earth is but an illusion. And it's not real. It's not who we truly are. It's not what we were meant to be. And it is for us to remember and make that choice to let that go and start focusing on what is real. And that is the life that we share with God. God is all perfect. God is all knowing. God is peace. God is joy. God is love. We are like our source. We are like God. We have only peace. We have only joy. We have only love. And that's all we all are. And it is us that lose focus in that and create things that are not real. We create the experience that we are currently living and think that is real. We lose focus of who we truly are, and we let ourselves be immersed in the unreal, in the illusion. And what happens in the illusion? There's sadness, there's sorrow, there's fear, there's death. And it's not real. It doesn't really exist. It's but a dream. And when you wake from the dream, then you realize, oh, that was just a dream. That was just an illusion. Time does not exist in eternity. And when you when your mind awakens to the real, then you realize that. And that's something that you have to consciously do. You have to consciously focus and realize that what is what it is. And when you do that, then it becomes freeing. You will still continue in this experience because you cannot or are unwilling to let go of this experience. And so if you continue in this experience, then you will continue to feel the way you feel. But you will have now the opportunity to change your feelings, to shift your focus and see things differently. See the human experience as just what it is. is just an experience. It's just an illusion. It's just a dream. It's not the real you. You can shift how you see things. You can see how you interact with people. You can react differently to circumstances of your life and try to see only the love and the peace and the joy that are there in the experience. It's a wonderful experience to be alive. It's a wonderful experience to be human. It's filled with so many exciting things. And it's just that, though. It's just an experience. It's but an instant in your eternal life. It's like a split second in your eternal life. Remember, in eternity, there is no such thing as time, because there is no end, there is no beginning, there just is. And what you are is just love. It's just peace. It's just joy. So try to remember that that's what you are. That is what the lesson for today is. For you to remember, as the Course says, there is one life, and that I share with God. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I hope you are spending time with those you love. I hope that you make the best of today. Connect with someone that you love today, and be grateful for the experience you have with them. And I will see you again tomorrow, hopefully. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.